Hello, and welcome back to the AndrewPlays channel. It's been a while. So basically, as you can probably tell, moved house. You may have seen it referenced at the end of the last video I did, which was F1 Manager, the French Grand Prix. So yeah, we've moved house. Hence the reason there's been no videos for 2 weeks. We've only had internet from Friday. Had a busy weekend getting this all set back up and doing other things around the house, going to IKEA and things like that. So, yeah, as you'd expect, we've just been a bit busy in the last few weeks, and we are back. The plan moving forward, just a little channel update for you today. We are just going to go with F1 Manager content until FM23 launches. The reason for that being we're kind of at the end of FM22 life cycle anyway, and on top of that, with F1 Manager, I've got a lot to do there. FM, we were doing the Liga Gdansk save, but we'd won the league and we were in the Europa Conference League. Little spoiler for you, we got knocked out in the group stage before I could release that video. And it just, as much as I was enjoying that series, there's not really going to be an end point to it before we ever get to FM23. Because realistically, if we've won the league, the end point would then need to be winning something in Europe. And I don't see that was on the horizon. So, made the decision. We'll call it after the league win. And we'll focus now on F1 Manager until the launch of FM23. My plans for FM23, I'm not entirely nailed down on. For the beta, I'm thinking maybe Real Madrid, maybe one of the Italian teams, AC or Inter Milan, or maybe Juventus. I'm not entirely sure. I'm still debating what I'm going to do, as I am for the main series. Obviously, I normally do Unknown to World Known. I'm in discussions with Ashman about doing a potential linked series where we trade the save off every 6 months type of thing. Not sure exactly what our plans are there. That might be in an Unknown to World Known format type of thing, or Dollboy if you're watching Ashman. So we every 6 months I'd give him the save, and who knows, I could have moved club, I could have sold his favourite player of the team we're managing, things like that. So that's kind of what we're thinking about doing when it comes to series for FM23. But that kind of leaves me with what do I do on my own channel? And I'm still kind of figuring that out. Now that I'm actually back up and running, I'm more likely to sit down and actually figure that out. But I think a lot of people do the Unknown to World Known type series. You've got obviously Lelujo non-league to legend. That's kind of where I got the idea from, because it just seemed, after watching him a number of years ago, it was how I played FM. But also it feels like a very used up market. So I don't think it's the way to go if I want to build my channel a bit more, which obviously I do. So I think using that as like a secondary series where between me and Ash, and then doing something else myself, is the route I'm looking at taking. I just don't know exactly how it's going to look as of yet, but it'll be coming, and we'll figure something out eventually. But yeah, just a little channel update. This background is going to be improved. There's a bookcase coming from IKEA that's going to have some stuff on. These are going to be prominent on there because love Lincoln Park, love Chester Bennington. That's going to be featured, but we're going to have a proper bookcase and have the background look a bit more interesting. And yeah, we'll see how we move forward. I think in a way, having this 2 weeks off, it's kind of rejuvenated me a little bit, because there was times when I was sitting down to like record or edit videos and it felt very, how do I, like, I felt like I was having to go and do it. Whereas having these 2 weeks off, I'm feeling a bit more like I want to do it, which is nice. That's why I started YouTube, because I wanted to do it, not because it was something I had to do. And I think that little break has just given me the bit of desire that had been missing recently. I hope that didn't come across in the videos. I never intended it to, but it was just a little bit of burnout. And now, as we head into the new FM, I mean, I'll be honest, I think having F1 Manager come out is part of why that I've got that renewed energy for it, because just doing FM for 12 months was a lot. And well, I mean, was it I think it was FM 2021 that I started, I think. So doing basically FM content for 2 years. I know we did dabble in F1 the game, but for the most part it was FM for 2 years, and having that little break from it with F1 Manager, it's still a similar game and it's still very fun. I think that has helped massively in terms of giving me more to do on the channel. And yeah, I think that's gonna be sticking around, definitely. I might look at occasionally doing something else. I've said this before, and it's not come to fruition, so don't take my word for it, because particularly as this isn't my job, this is something I do for a hobby. Sometimes it's nice to also just sit down and play games and not need to worry about making it for content. And that's kind of where we're at the moment. I'm kind of tempted to try something else, but I don't know how. I mean, I'll be honest with you, the games that I play in my personal time, you're looking at PGA games, playing the golf games. I don't know how you make that interesting. You're looking at Counter-Strike, which again, I don't feel like I'm good enough to make it interesting. And also, it then requires, I play with friends, it requires them being all okay with recording it and all that stuff. So it's just not worth it for me. I play a lot of Session, the skating game. Fantastic game, but literally the reason I play that game is when I need to just chill. So, and also there's not really a story to it. You just kind of go around and skate, which is why it's so good for me to chill, but would not make for the best content. And yeah, for the most part, that's kind of what I play. So there's not a lot there that I feel like could turn into content, but we'll see how it goes. If the opportunity comes up, I'm sure I will record some stuff on other games. And if I do, it'll be getting released on the channel or on my other channel, which, again, I've promoted a couple of times and they're never really done anything with. There's a few GTA clips on there, and that's about it. But yeah, just a little channel update for you today. Tomorrow we will be back with F1 Manager. I believe it's Hungary next. I've just had a little look to check. It is indeed Hungary. So we'll be back with that tomorrow at 5 o'clock, the usual release time. And of course, we're now waiting for FM23, which we can get into as soon as the beta comes out, which could be quite soon if rumours are to be believed. I mean, normally they release it about 2 weeks before the full game. So in theory, that would be next Tuesday, which would be fantastic because I'm likely to be on holiday. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. So now that I've thought about it, FM23 content might be a little bit delayed because I might be in Wales when it gets released, but it is what it is. We'll get into it when we get into it. Just finally, thank you very much for the support that we've had on the channel since I started it. I think I'm at about 316 subscribers. I haven't looked at it much while I've been moving because there's been no videos, so there's not really been anything to interact with. And of course, I've been moving house, so it's been an incredibly busy time for me. And yeah, I just haven't really looked at it a lot. But for those that are subscribed, It's massively appreciated. And yeah, if you're looking forward to F1 Manager and FM23 content coming your way very soon, please do subscribe, and I will see you soon.